Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here. Again, another great day with some sewing and crafting for you. And today we've got a little bit of Artspira and we have some embroidery. And excuse my hand, the mail just came and I opened the envelope. Have you ever got one of those paper cuts? The ones that hurt so bad and you're like, oh, it's not bleeding. And then all of a sudden, here comes the flood. So I'm going to keep my hands over here and let's introduce Laura up here. I'll let her do all the embroidering and I'll keep my hands off my fabric. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's great to see you. So for anyone who hasn't met Laura before, she has some of the coolest embroidery. She's got a great blog. She always has the most stylish photos, I have to say. I love them.
Oh, thank you.
So one of your last videos was absolutely one of my favorites. You did this beautiful blue. Did you use the print motive for that?
Which one was it? Oh, was it the last one we did together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that with the little custom pouch, like for travel or gift bags or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you know, after you did that show, I was traveling for work and I was passing all of these boutiques while I was walking through this really nice town. And every boutique had that exact same color. That blue was like the color of the year. And I was like, Laura. So if any of you
started the trend.
If anybody missed that show, you can go back on Brother Sews or Brother Crafts and click on live and you can go back and watch that episode. So I had to start with that because it was so you. And I can't wait for today. What are we doing today?
Oh, thank you. So today we are working with first of all, this is the Brother SE 2000. This is a sewing and embroidery unit. And it also connects with the Artspira app, which I love. And today we're going to show you how to embroider a pre-made tote bag with floral. So it's all floral embroidery this week with our lives. That's our theme. And just kind of adding, April showers bring May flowers kind of thing. So we're going to show you how to embroider a cute tote.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I love that.
And this is, says my name. I just added that, but this is a library bag and you got the book right here and then the floral details coming out of it. And this was an Artspira design. And then this one I made with the Artspira where you can create your own embroidery. So I made just downloaded a little book template and then just pasted it right on that app. And then it created this cute little pattern and then I added them together. So hopefully I'm going to show you how to do that as well. What I liked about this one, even though I did make this one, but it's so funny because you're talking about the blue, but this is actually where you can flip it right side out. And then you've got yourself another little bag. So it's a reversible little tote bag too.
Look at that. And there's that blue. There's that big blue.
So, I didn't notice this, but I have a French soie theme right now.
I absolutely love it. So, by the way, if you're watching, we are streaming on Brother Sewing and Crafting YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live in the chat today. So tell us where you're sewing from, what's on your sewing table, and let us know how you like this project. This is going to be so much fun. So what are the first steps? What do we got to do?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the table and I'm going to show you how to hoop a pre-made tote bag.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll meet you over there.
All right.
There we are. I see you.
Okay, so here we are. First of all, you're going to want to get a pre-made tote. You can get these anywhere. I like this canvas material. It's heavy duty, and then you don't have to worry so much about stabilizer. I'm going to be using this medium weight paste setter stabilizer for this project. You can also use a fusible cutaway or anything that you're going to get stability in that. So I have mine cut out, and then I have my 5x7 inch hoop. So the SE2000 has a 5x7 inch hoop area, which is actually a pretty decent size. They also have a 4x4 inch area you can do as well if you wanted to do like a smaller monogram or something like that. For this, my design is a 5x7, and it's a built-in design from the SE2000 machine, and it has some floral detailing in it as well. The first step you're going to do is you're going to want to mark where your design is. So I'm just going to have mine centered, right? You want it right here in the middle. You can also use these right here because that would be the center of the tote bag. And you just kind of want to mark where you want it to be. I probably would want it right here in the tip for the tallest part, and then maybe down here at the bottom. And then what I like to do is just kind of mark the center, and that way I can put my design directly where I need it to be. I'm just using some tailor's chalk, but you could really use anything. I also have used painter's tape, which is a good tip because you can just pull it off, you know, so you can just like, hey, that's the center right there, you know what I mean? Or even like if you wanted to add it right up here, for example, and just lay it flat. And I always use that because it's just helpful, but you don't get any marks, you know what I mean? So now that we know where our design is going to be, we're going to flip our tote bag so that the wrong side is out. So I'm just flipping it, and this is how I like to hoop mine. It can get really tricky hooping it if you have it on the right side, so just be mindful of that. All right, so here's my side I marked. Now I'm going to use a spray adhesive, but if you use like a fusible interface, then you don't have to worry about this, but I'm just going to use a spray adhesive to spray, or you can spray the stabilizer as well, and just make sure that's nice and flat right there. Make sure it's not going anywhere. All right, and now I'm gonna flip it. All right, so now we're gonna hoop it. And let me grab my hoop. So you got the back side right here.
So it looks like, are you using oops, wrong one, I'm sorry. Are you using a 5x7 hoop there?
Yes.
Laura?
Yep, 5x7 hoop.
Okay.
So you got this big area right here, you know. And then when I like to hoop it, you could do it kind of whichever way works best for you. Like I said, I like to hoop it from the right side, from the wrong, like where the wrong side is out. Just because when you have to like move everything away, you're gonna have to flip everything if you do it the right side up. So it's easier this way for me at least. So just, you know, when you're hooping it, just make sure your marks are gonna connect like center, center, and then here's my center right here, okay? And then we're gonna just hoop that. Make sure everything is, there we go. Okay, nice and hooped, okay. So see how we have this hoop area now, right? When you are embroidering, you need to make sure that you're watching, right? Because if you leave it, this could get stuck right under the embroidery machine. So as we're embroidering, we're making sure this area is open, okay?
Yeah.
So the reason why I hoop, so the wrong side is out, is this right here. If it was the right side, you would have to flip all of this over the hoop. Does that make sense?
This is so much faster. I love it.
Yeah, and then you're not having to, you know, make sure it fits around. Like it's automatically going to fit this way. Just like I said, when we embroider, we're making sure we're watching, right? And not getting anything in there. All right, so now we are ready to embroider this. So let's go back to the embroidery machine.
All right. Well, she's coming back over there. Don't forget, we are live in the chat today. So ask your questions. I know we're going to have to ask her what stabilizer she used, because I don't know if she asked that, and I know somebody's going to ask that. And also, if there's a specific fabric for the bag. I'm just curious about that. She's back. Hey.
I'm back. So I did grab my phone because I wanted to show you guys how I also did the Artspira design. But now we are, I've already put it in the hoop. So now you can see we have all this extra material, right? So we want to make sure that it's all out of the way. I did go ahead and already start this, so you're not sitting there and watching the whole embroidery, because that design I showed you on this bag took, I think it was like 35 minutes. So we're not going to do that to you. I'm using this cute little monogram P with some floral details. And I also showed Angela this. So it's this cute one right here. I know everything's mirrored.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So we are going to, and from the touch screen, you can move everything to get to where you want. So your center points that you marked, You can hit where you want it to be at the tip. You can hit where you want it to be at the bottom and also the center. But I've already done that for you guys. So now we're just going to embroider some of this. So I'm going to start. Everything's already set up and there we go. So I like to make sure it got, there we go. So again, we're watching, and I can move this forward a little bit.
I'll just take this out while she's moving it so you don't, that wasn't too bad. That was pretty smooth, Laura.
I'm getting good at muting that because when I move it, it's like, so you can kind of see what's going on right here.
Oh, yeah. I love that letter.
And I'll put it down when it gets more towards the end because we don't want anything to get caught. You know what I mean? Like right there, for example.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then what you'll do is just kind of watch it. Like if you need to, you might have to pull this, you know what I mean, down a little bit.
Keep it, the edges away from the needle so it doesn't catch.
Yeah. That will ruin your project.
Yeah.
So I was gonna pull up my Artspira app. Let's see, this one might be done so I can change it really quick. I love that. See where that happened right there? Again, we gotta watch. There we go. See, just watching it. I've left mine before. I'm sure you have too, Angela, and you're like, whoops, and it's like already all in there. You know what I mean?
Oh, it makes a very bad noise.
I know.
It's not machine error. It is human error.
It's like, no, what was I thinking? So let's see now. Go to the yellow. I love the SE2000 though. This is such a great machine. And if you're listening, it's not very loud.
It sure isn't.
Hum, you know what I mean? So I'm just switching the thread real quick.
It's so simple to thread too. I'm leaving you up there so everybody can watch. So this is the SE2000. You can use Artspira with it, which is a great bonus.
Yes.
And it's a lightweight machine. So it's a great travel machine. So for those that are looking for a new machine, a beginner machine, this is even past beginner, but I mean, it's not very expensive. And also if you have like a Luminaire or a Stellaire and you think, oh my gosh, these are too heavy, I can't travel with them. This is a great travel machine, especially because it has embroidery. So I just think it's a great combo.
Yes, it's perfect. So I'm going to start the yellow. And like Angela was saying, you can also sew with this as well. So and it's so easy. All you do is just take this embroidery unit off and then you change the embroidery foot right here to your normal foot, and then you're already back at it. So
you're good to go.
See right here, a good thing I noticed that. And this is what you do. You can monitor these and you can do really unique embroidery pieces to embroider. All you have to do is just kind of just make sure you're, watching the edges and stuff like that. And we're going to be doing one at one point with jeans, and that's another one where you're just watching where it's going and just enjoying it and taking the time. I don't know. I think it's fun.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, it really is. So this one has 1 minute. I love this design. This is from the built-in on the machine, and they have a ton.
That big letter P is built into the SE2000?
Yeah, and they have all the letters. Yeah,
I did not realize that. And you're using the 5x7 hoop, and I know somebody's going to ask, what stabilizer did you use? What, just a cutaway or tearaway, something like that?
For this one, I used the Pacesetter tearaway stabilizer.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have a liner, right? I didn't want all this stuff all in there.
Yeah.
If you have a liner, you could use like a cutaway fusible stabilizer. Like I think Pacesetter has it's a cutaway fusible stabilizer, and I love that one as well. Like that's the one I used for this one because had a liner. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. So
now I was thinking those would be great for library books, but lately I've been carrying my own bags to the grocery store. Those are about the perfect size for just a couple of things at the grocery store to get out of there.
Oh, for sure. This one I would say is maybe about 15 by 18 inches for this one.
Okay.
These just pre-made. You can go to the craft store and they have so many different options for pre-made materials or whatever. And this was a heavy duty canvas, which I liked. So I'm just doing this last color for y'all.
That's nice. And you know, all of you watching, some of you have been watching us do sublimation printing, things like that. So you really have to take note of the content of your fabric, because if it's cotton, you're not going to want to use a sublimation because you need polyester. So when they have these pre-made samples, always check the fabric for whatever you're using it for.
That's a great point. So, because the sublimation material is very different from, say, this canvas tote, and this is heavy duty, like a medium weight, and you would want this for an embroidery project where you wouldn't want this for sublimation because it would just kind of get mixed in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And be a little more faded. So I definitely think that's a good point. All right, I'm going to start this one, and then we'll show you how we did that with Artspira. This is the last one. Here, I'll move it up.
That is a big letter. That is so cool. I had no idea that was built into the machine. It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And they've had this one. This was on the SE 1900 and I believe the P 800. So they've had those built in for, and it's just a classic, you know. Like I said, you can make a little hoop. It's a cute gift.
Yeah, that's
very coming up. Hoop something, a tote. There's so many different options, even little like monogram towels or a sweatshirt even. I thought it was a cute idea. All right, that's almost done.
It looks great. All right, everyone. Again, we are live in the chat today. Drop your questions, even if you're watching the replay. Let us know where you're watching from, and if you have questions, Brother Social will send them over to us to answer them for you. Well, they answer them most of the time, unless it's a tricky one.
I was gonna pull up this Artspira app too. I'm getting my image I made with the Artspira app. So I'll show you guys how I did that. All right, so it looks like it's done. So then you just take this off. And then we got our nice little monogram.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that so cute? Here, I'll flip it out for y'all to see. Obviously, I give it a nice press.
Oh, it looks great. That letter is beautiful.
Yeah, those are very cute. And then you add the little it adds a little floral detailing. But if you wanted to, for just the letter alone, you can just do the letter because these are after the letter, which is fun for like monogramming and stuff. They're nice and big and dramatic. So that's what I like about those.
Dramatic, and it fits the bag perfectly. This would make a great gift. You know, I'm thinking now, most of our shows you could use for any gifts, but I'm thinking we're coming up to wedding season, graduation season. Those fonts can really make some great gifts.
Right. And that's, like you said, it's a great gift, but also, I don't know what it is, but people love monogram, like that customization about it. Like, this is
Wait a minute. You're in the South. Everyone in the South loves monograms. I love monograms too up here in Michigan, but the South, you guys have monogrammed everything.
I know, it's wild. They have like monogrammed like wreaths out front. I mean, everything is monogrammed. Your drinks,
I love it. I just have to ask in the chat because the Brothers Sewing fans always tell me. I never knew that until I would watch all the chats, and they always say, haven't you ever been to the South? We monogram everything. So leave a comment. Do you monogram? And 2, are you from the South? Because I'm up north and I monogram almost everything, but you win.
And you know me, I'm from Utah and Colorado. So when we moved here, that's where I started learning, okay, monogram. And there's so many different ways they do it. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome. So do you have your Artspira app up? I'm going to bring you up so you can show them.
Okay. So how I made this design with the little book was I actually made this one. So I found an image. Here's the image of just a book. So I wanted it to be a library tote. And so I found an image of a book, and you can draw it. You can find one, however you want to do that. And then I put this right on. So this is downloaded onto the app right now, the Artspira app. So then I'm going to press import. Okay. And it shows me I want to do this 5 by 7 inch, but you could also do other sizes as well. And we're going to want to do digitizing. Okay. So it says digitizing right here. And then I'm going to go down. Okay. And it says a number of colors. So we want just one color because I just want the outline of this book. So I'm going to go to 1. And there it is. So, and I also have removed my background. Okay. And then all you do is press preview, and it's transforming this into a design.
Wow.
Look how easy that was.
Isn't that easy?
Yeah. And now I can say done, right? And what I love about this is you can say create. Okay. So then this is where you can embroider right from here. But what I want to do is, remember, I added the little floral detailing. So I'm going to add that. So then I can move this down and then say, okay. And then I'm going to go to this little plus sign right here in the corner. And you could also add right here some lettering as well. But I'm just going to say plus. And then I go to my designs that I've saved through the Artspira app. So I have so many. Okay, you can tell we're in the floral detailing right now. But so I'm going to go find this little image that I created right here. Give me 1 second. Dude, I've got all the florals. All right, so here is it right here. So I added this little bouquet, and then you just press done. Okay, and then you add it onto your design. Okay, so you can see how I was doing that. I'm adding that together. And that little image is really cute. You know how you always see the books open with all the flowers coming out? So I kind of wanted to mimic something like that. And then it's as simple as that. You can save it. I press OK. I can save it as floral book detail if I want. And then you press done. Okay. And then I just directly transfer this right to my sewing machine. And down here you can pick. So my PE 900 is up right now, but since that one's not connected, I would go to my SE 2000, press done. Okay. And then we just transfer. All you do is press transfer. All right. And then it's transferring right now. And then from here, I can show you how we do that. I'm going to move you closer so you can see, Angela.
Okay. So I'll wait till you move just so nobody gets sick. But I love that you're showing this because I think Artspira does so much more than we even realize. Like that one, bringing in that image and then turning it into embroidery. That's a game changer. All right, yeah. You're back.
So you can see my touch screen, I hope, pretty good right here. So then I just go to this little envelope right here. And then you go right here. And this is where your design will pop up that you just transferred directly from your phone. So it's right here. Click it, set, and now we're ready to embroider. And it's all connected. So I don't have to, you know, like move this up like you would on the app. It created the design all combined, which I love. So if I was going to do this one, if I wanted to rotate it, for example, and make it larger if I wanted to, you can do everything right here on the touch screen as well. On top of that, you could also send more designs. So remember I put the name, remember I put the name on my bag, for example. I could also go in and add the Laura right here. So I could go in and add that as well, again, from the Artspira app. So
simple.
This app is so cool. Like if you play around with it and stuff and see so many different options, so many ways to create your own designs. But not only that, they just have so many options. Like their designs are so cute. I mean, I love them all. Like you can see, I love the florals right now because we were doing all that. But I mean, even stuff like And then everything, like, for example, these are the embroidery designs, but this one would be like right here. That one's sublimation or the print moda. And everything is also organized that way. So if you go to the home, you have all the embroidery designs, cutting designs, printing designs, sublimation. And then again, like we just did, where you create your own. So
Super easy. So I'm wondering if that one section, because a lot of people always ask, is it the Artspira Plus or Artspira? If you want to take an image like you did and turn it into embroidery, is that in the Plus? Artspira Plus?
Yep, that one would be a plus. But it's worth it, especially if you do have your own business, for example, or you like customizing things and customizing embroidery patterns. I think that's the way to go. And it took me a little bit of time to like figure out. Sometimes you might need to edit your image to make it, you know, how you want it to be. But like I said, with the numbers, you could pick like 2 threads, for example, or if you just want the outline, you just pick 1 thread. And then, because if you didn't do that, then it's going to make this huge thing, right? This huge patch. So once you start learning it, it's actually really fun.
I was playing with it. I was telling when Lynn Lilly was on the other day, I said to her, I said, I let my nieces play with my phone. Bad mistake, because they love that app and they filled up all my, you can only save a certain number of projects. I'm like, where are all my projects?
I didn't even think, I know I have to sometimes go through it. I'm like, okay, we're not using this one. We're not using this one. My son, like he even did if you go to you could also do drawing tools right here, which is cool. Yep. The drawing in the middle.
Oh,
and then he actually, like, you can actually add an image on here, like just go to click image and add it. And then he traced it and then made his own little like design on there for like a stuffy. It's on my Instagram. It was like French fries and it said Friday. He loves his Friday French fries.
Oh, I love that. That's cute. Oh my God. All right. So don't forget, by the way, everyone, use #BrotherSews when you're sharing this. We would love to see what you're working. And don't forget to follow Laura and I on social and tag us when you post some of these, because we love to see what you're working on.
Yes.
And I have the website scrolling below. You got Brother Sews. Don't forget to pop in there. You can always see new products there too, whenever they come out. And also there's a lot of there's a sewing blog, a crafting blog. And then I have my website where I show, I have a list of all the new upcoming live shows, in case you don't remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon, and also Laura's. So let me make sure I have Laura's up there. Trash ticket tour. I had to grab the glasses for that. So good news.
Okay.
We're good. My paper cut's gone and I didn't get blood all over your outfit. And
oh, good. Don't you love that? It's like, oh, here we go. I pricked my finger.
My husband was standing there and I opened the mail and I went, oh, one of those that just hurts for a while and then all of a sudden it bleeds. Oh yeah. I'm such a baby though.
Cringe. Those are like painful where you cringe,
They are. Laura, this has been such a great tutorial. I cannot wait to see you in a couple weeks, because you're going to be talking about embroidery on jeans. Everyone, you don't want to miss that show. So until next time, everyone, happy sewing. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you. Bye.